Okay. Just going live now. Okay. We're live on the internet, seems. Continuing with this project for a little bit. Headphones are fucked up. I can only hear out of one ear. We'd love that. Officially going bald, according to chat. Wait, let's get this headphone in a spot where I can hear both ears, because that would be so sick. We love that. Thanks for coming over to the new channel. I appreciate that. YouTube appreciates it, apparently. Do I fuck with peeling flesh? I certainly do. I certainly do. I gotta get new headphones, it seems like. Been listening to music out of one ear for the last day. It's a terrible situation. That's what's up. I agree. Cool. A little bit of a random time to be streaming, but had a bit of a moment in between. Not in between projects, but I'm just before I get started doing a bunch of stuff. So that one ear's having a party. Certainly is. I made a lot of progress on this. So I decided it's going to be a little bit of a trailer instead of like an anime intro. Like a fake trailer, maybe a real trailer at some point. I already started scripting out what's going to happen. So that's kind of cool. No, this is Gojira, not Fit for an Autopsy, though. Both are good. Yeah, so already started scripting that out. I really like where it's going so far. It's like a very personal story. It's really fun so far. Gonna get voice talent for the trailer. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's get this hand on screen here. And then what I want to fuck with today, not him. There's this demonic creature. Let's just move this over so we can see the scale. Just gonna shrink down my drawing space a little bit. Shit's gonna be funky for a second here. Okay. He big? Yeah, he is big. Oh, you're the voice talent. There we go. I'll just pop him over here for context. I do love that scale difference. That was pretty fun. This dude's crazy looking. Pretending to be the hero. Nobody will know what that's about, but you and I will know. You know, the people that are in the know will know. Hey, do you want to hop on the call? You're welcome to join in the call, Will, if you are in the mood. The other fucked up thing is I have proven my point about YouTube. My numbers have gone up astronomically as soon as I stopped streaming on there, which is really dumb. So I think that's real stupid. It's depriving a lot of people of a fun, fun content. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Bob. I love it though. This is really fun. This feels very like in line with the kind of shit I want to be making, and Is this demon gonna be a jobber? Do you mean like it's giving out oral sex in return for favors? Is that what you're asking? Oh, I don't know what a jobber is from Castlevania. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad that you stuck around for the music taste. Oh, I just saw that the mouth goes up to his temple. That's uncomfortable. Yeah, okay, I have a little story about this, which I'm going to tell every time I'm streaming. I was walking around in my neighborhood, being cool, smoking a cig, and I gave one to this homeless dude who was tatted up and cool, and we chatted for like 15 minutes, and he gave me this piece of artwork that's absolutely fucking bonkers. And it really inspired, it like completely changed the direction of this story. Here, wait, let me pull up the full cam. And no, I'm not looking at reference for this while I'm going. Shit's wild. So this thing right here is this crazy looking thing where the mouth goes up to the jaw. That's what inspired the character I'm sketching right now. I did a side quest, yeah. No, he's not a jobber then. This creature has important purpose in the story. Okay, the one thing I do need a little bit of reference, and that's going to be for goat feet. Actually, you know what? I can worry about the feet after. What are we? Some sort of Dragon Ball Z? Yes, we are. We are some sort of Dragon Ball Z. Well, I got multiple cats in here today. We love that. Yeah, this style of like what I like with this kind of crazy looking character is you can kind of go very realistic with the anatomy. That's something I'm into, and I've been really working on the anatomy lately. Like, there's so many nuances and stuff you can find. Feels like this thing never blinks. You would be correct. That is kind of is a thought I had. There's a couple things that I'm like inspired by for this weird creature. He's kind of like this demon that like welcomes you into he's basically like a demon of guilt and shame, and he kind of welcomes this child into the spirit world. But there's this like weird fucking video of this Swedish tunnel ceremony. It's like this ceremony for a train tunnel that they made in Sweden, and it's like the most satanic looking thing ever. And you know, a bunch of conspiracy people think it's like, you know, fucking weird, crazy government conspiracies, but I just see it as like a very inspiring. There's like the artistic quality of it is really cool, and it's so haunting, and I kind of wanted to just handle that a little bit. Bob, I'm quite glad that you think it's nightmare fuel. That makes me happy. I'm doing something right then. Okay, let's clean them up a little bit. Hey, Ping Pong, what's up, guy? Also fun, like, trying to translate, because I basically drew it in side view, but then figuring out how I was going to translate that into the full view is kind of sick. It's kind of a fun process. Why are you avoiding animating these characters on stream? Tired of work? That's a really stupid comment. I've avoided animating them because I'm doing all the legwork because I'm going to turn this into a full, like, minute-long animation, and there's a lot of what's called pre-production that goes into that. And then in the background, I've been animating for a movie, so I'm animating literally all day. So crazy comment, crazy comment you made. Absolute crazy comment. It's called pre-production, my guy. He's avoiding. Fuck. Don't piss me off. Sorry, yeah, I'm just avoiding it. That's what's happening. Hey, what's up? Oh, the two cats are face to face. Oh, hold on, I gotta get a quick video of those two. Look at these two. You guys can't see it. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have that camera on hand. Have you been playing any games lately? Not really. I've only been playing Mario Kart Double Dash, which is incredibly fun. However, I would hardly consider that gaming, you know what I mean? I guess a little bit of Blasphemous I'm on. Yeah, a little bit of Blasphemous. I think this is also inspired by that a little bit. Say more about the cats. They're very cute. They're chilling. I just recently took in my mom's cat because she became allergic after taking prednisone, which is a common thing. But technically, you know, I kind of raised him a little bit when we were younger, or like when I was in college. So I'm happy to have him back. I'll do those teeth in a second, actually. Did a little bit of figure drawing last night. I went to figure drawing at a bar in Queens. It was a real good time. Always suggest you go out and do a little bit of figure drawing. Wow, that's horrifying. Let's make it a little bit asymmetrical. Yeah, I think that needs to be simplified down. Why do I feel like it's looking at me in the entire room at the same time? Dude, that's great. I'm so glad it's eliciting some reaction because I'm just like, you know, I'm just kind of sketching and just like fucking around and seeing what's happening. But it did something for me, so I'm glad it's doing something for you guys. Just started learning portraits and drawing anatomy this month. Fuck yeah, dude. Good luck. You got a lifelong journey ahead of you. Struggling with follow through on animating. Yeah, it's tough. You know, what do you want me to do about it? What do I use as reference? It's not necessarily about what reference you need to use. There's definitely some like basic exercises you could do. I can't believe I still haven't made the follow through video. I'm gonna do it once I'm done with these projects. In the meantime, you could sort of, if you wanted to take the course that I've got, the animation basics, I do cover it in there, but I can't really go fully in depth right now. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. Hey, James finally took the time to do your figure drawing for animation. I have been avoiding drawing characters for years. Really glad to invest some time in the course. Thanks, dude. See, what a glowing endorsement. I didn't pay him to say that. I appreciate that, man. Anatomy's funny. I'm like, you know, I've been studying it for so long, and I still like discover new things or find new ways of depicting stuff that I wouldn't have thought before. It's cool that way, where you can kind of keep getting better at it. Why does the music sound like a Jeep and an MP40? I don't know. What's going on with it? Doing an interview while rock climbing's metal as hell. That was his suggestion, actually. Which I appreciate. It was a good time. I had a real fun time with it. When you start your work, do they send you a storyboard or an animatic? Is the animatic your work? It really depends on the project. There's so many different things. You know, like on this current project where I'm doing key animation, I have access to the animatic, to the storyboard. So I've got access to all those things. If I'm on a project as a storyboard artist, then I'm the one coming up with the storyboards and animatics usually. So it really depends on what capacity you're coming in. On another project, I'm doing 2 projects simultaneously, not including my own, which I'm working on right now. But on the other project, I'm doing character design, and they're doing storyboards concurrently with our character design stuff. So it's all different ways in which that goes about. Give us more details about the Cyberpunk anthologies aside from you working on it. Well, why don't you ask questions and then I'll answer what I can answer. And I don't know you shit. I don't know you shit, Ping Pong. What's the story? I could tell you the story. And they're all different stories. Every episode's a different story. Although I will say one of our characters in the anthology does appear in a different episode. Which is kind of cool because the other episode's a 3D episode and ours is 2D. So that's kind of a fun little detail. Oh man, I fucking love anatomy, dude. It's so cool. Describe in vivid detail everything that would break your NDA. You owe us. I don't know you shit. No, Declan's onto something. He knows that I am, in fact, an AI bot. That's why he's asking that way. My girlfriend just discovered that I can draw realistically yesterday. She thought that I only drew anime. That was a funny revelation. I went to figure drawing and she's only ever seen me draw like 90s anime style stuff. was like, yeah, man, can do both. It's just that 90s anime stuff's better. It's just better. That's what I'm saying, dude. It really is peak. It's so good. I don't want to do these Serratus. If I listen to anything by Pain, I don't think so. I take it that's somebody I should listen to. There's a funny little gap. This like little shadow shape. Let me pull up my rough for a moment. There's this little gap that I drew like right here, where we've got this shadow, the space, and then another shadow. And I literally wouldn't have picked up on that if I didn't go to figure drawing last night, where there was this like little highlight gap between the hip and the leg, and I just picked up on it at figure drawing. Oh, I know Health. I listened to their song with Chelsea Wolfe, and it was fucking awesome. But yeah, figure drawing is super important. You find out little things you don't even realize you don't know. How much time do I spend memorizing anatomy stuff? I don't really sit and memorize anything. Kind of at this point now, it's just kind of happening naturally. The way I kind of, if I were to like processize how I'm sketching, which it's not exactly this way, but I kind of think building blocks where I have my mannequin pieces, and then a lot of the interior stuff is figuring out where all the anatomical detail goes. But in general, it's a relatively simple mannequin. It's just a lot of complicated inner stuff. It's not like the totally accurate way to say it, but What do you guys think of that scale difference? I'm gonna move the portrait over. Yeah, I love that scale. It's really fun. Even the big guy getting dwarfed, exactly. I think I would take back that. I don't really. I think at the time I was inspired by Hickham's work more. Now it's more of like all the '90s anime stuff, like Vampire Hunter D. I don't have the specific artists of those projects, which I really should. It's kind of fucked up. But like Vampire Hunter, Trigun, Evangelion, a little bit of Attack on Titan stuff. Like I think Evangelion, Berserk, Bebop, Trigun, those are all kind of like the main ones. He's got crotch fur, which we love. Yeah, it definitely has Eva proportions, which is maybe not intentional, but it definitely happened. And I'm okay with that. I wanted this to have like weird religious underpinnings the same way that show does, so it's kind of fun. Sup, Linus? Thanks, Bob. The hell is that? It's a good question. It's a great question. Hey, if any of you guys are in the New York City area, I have a friend that works at this bookstore slash wine bar, and she was talking to me about setting up a figure drawing on like a bi-weekly basis or maybe a monthly basis. And that would be really cool to have a space to set that up for free. Is this for a personal project? It is. We've got a bunch of characters that are in the works. We've got a little script going for a trailer. That's what I'm doing in between working on my projects for work. It's funny because it started out, I was like, what if I just, I was just testing myself with the first couple streams. I was like, let's see how many portraits I could just come up with without using any reference. And then that kind of just kept happening. And then after that, then I was like, okay, well, I'll just do some like full character sheets. And now I've got a bunch of full character sheets, which I really like. And then I made some demon monsters, which are relevant to the plot. I really just like how this kind of just started as fucking around and then it just really got out of hand. I just haven't been able to stop myself. I'm like, I just want to keep going. How am I able to draw this much? I don't know. I just like drawing. I think honestly just like I'm enjoying the process. That's kind of what made a big difference. So like I'm having a ton of fun doing these. Not so much this cleanup right now, but the cleanup is worthwhile. The rough pass I was having a real good time with though. Do I want to accentuate that? I'm going to accentuate the ulna for now. I'm not sure if I want to keep that, but... Doesn't it get harder to work this much when you become older? Not just because of family and job, but because of age. I'm absolutely dying. I'm dying. I don't know, when I'm doing this stuff, it doesn't really feel like work. If it's client work, then yeah. But some of us have personal projects we want to do. What's up, Rush Packed? There we go. How's the pull-up game? It's doing great. It's doing real good. Thank you for asking the most important question. The entire live stream. I haven't pushed the PR just yet. I'm gonna see the Full Metal Alchemist dog. Oh, sick. That's great. Yeah, I see the resemblance for sure. I actually was thinking Ludwig from Bloodborne was kind of where my head was at. You've played Bloodborne. Yeah, of course, shout out to Bloodborne, man. That's my favorite game of all time. That's not true, actually, but it's one of my favorite games. It's so close to being my favorite game. But I don't think anything can replace StarCraft 1. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you love the monster. It's definitely your favorite. Yeah, I mean, it's literally the game that got me to drop out of school, so it definitely holds a very important place in my heart. It's interesting lore I didn't know. Yeah, man. I played it and I was angry. I was like, there's motherfuckers making this. I was like, I'm so jealous of these motherfuckers. They get to make that. We're so close to being done with this. The feet are going to be annoying because his feet are angled back. Sorry, I'm flipping so much. It's just an annoying kind of angle. Is this project all of my work? Yes. So far, it's only me. I think it will only be me. Cause, or maybe not. I don't know. When I get to the final animation process, I'll let you know. Because I was doing a little bit of test animation on paper, and I'm thinking I want to do everything on paper for it. So I don't want to like, I want to do all of the key animation on paper, not everything on paper, because obviously I'm designing these characters digitally. Oh, yeah, I like that. I was thinking a little bit of the AOT Titans. Is the plan to pitch it somewhere? I was just going to post it on YouTube. But maybe. Maybe do like a Kickstarter or something with it. I don't know. Just want to make it. But yeah, I mean that would be cool if I don't know who would want to do a very like dark, demonic samurai anime. Like I don't know. It starts out. The trailer starts out with that kid drowning somebody, another child. So I don't know if it's like. I don't know if it's the most marketable. I'll answer your Bridgman question in just a second. Pigeon in a pan. They're down. Trust. All right. I'm not saying this just because we're on the internet. I need to get better at foot anatomy real bad. It's been a consistent issue. On Avatar, there were so many foot drawings. Fuck. Feet are so hard. I had to look up reference. Yeah, that's what I was thinking with like a Kickstarter and you have traditional materials because then you could like you could sell the Genga and everything. Why do you apologize for flipping the canvas? It's probably I just think like visually it might be annoying to have that happening over and over again. I'm a stickler for the presentation. Like if I was, you know, filming my YouTube videos, I wouldn't want the camera to flip a bunch. Okay, that's good foot anatomy. Okay. It's just an excuse to look at feet. I don't need to go on the internet to look at feet, my guy. I don't need to go on the internet for that. You don't think I got access to feet? Feet make absurd shapes. They do. They're fucked up. Alright, I don't really feel like redrawing that, so I'm just going to copy paste it. They're also going to be in shadow anyway. Got some extra bullshit in there. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's get the shadows in there. Shadows are really gonna bring it together. Oh, also, you know what? I'll use the I'll put in the grays as well. Ooh. Come back to me. Do you say Bridgman importance is more as a pro? Yeah, sorry, I forgot to answer that. That is what I would say, because the whole like concept of wedging forms and everything is probably the most important part. You know, a lot of you were saying his anatomy feels off or whatever, and I think a lot of that's just because he's got a particular style, just as every artist does. But yeah, you might just not really fuck with his style, which is totally fair. I'm noticing now I have to finish that one foot. We'll do a little bit of shadows first. It's gonna be a real doozy to animate this guy. I'm gonna probably do like shots where he's not moving all that much. Let's go to a little Black Dahlia murder. Hey, thanks, Stig. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, this is kind of just flowing out. I don't want to stop it. I'm just gonna ride the wave. I've got a little script written up for it. Thanks for coming in also. Love that you got that inspiration for meeting that homeless dude. I know, isn't that funny? He was great. It really like changed the direction of what I wanted to do with all this. It's gotta, yeah, it definitely will. That's usually why I'll use simplified mannequin shapes, even though like there's a lot of complicated inner anatomy going on. You can make the animation process easier if you have like a simple mannequin to it. I did not take a photo of myself for reference. But thank you for thinking I am lean enough to be referenced for this. I am unfortunately not. Or maybe fortunately, it would be a little gross. Not for the monster? um, how do you go about studying an art book? I don't even know anymore, man. It's been a long time. There's no right way to do it, though. I don't have like a secret code. Wish I did. Classes would be pretty short if I had to get good secret code. It's fair. Yeah, there's no real like correct way to go about an art book. Maybe the something I would do differently would be like try to apply it whatever principles to my own stuff. You know. But the one thing I'll say, because again, there's no right answer to this, but the one thing I will say is you have to learn by doing. You can't learn by just reading. So you could read as many art tutorials, art books as you want. You just gotta like do stuff. And doing stuff might even be something like directly copying images from the book. I'm not even saying that you can't do that. But you just have to do something. Don't just like read and expect to like build a fuck ton of information or drawing foundation from that. No, I agree with you, Hussein. I feel like the design has been kind of hampered. That's why we're doing this. All right, let's lay in those shadows first. And then we'll get to figuring out what we didn't do. Oh, I know what I didn't do. Cyberpunk does have some great designs. I think in general I'm noticing a trend of making a lot of animes making everything too sharp, which I'm not a huge fan of. Like I was looking back at Berserk and everything, and like there's a lot of really really round shapes there, and a little bit more like anatomical realism that I like. Does it save time for studio? I think it's a couple things. I think it's preference of the modern anime fan base. Um, I think it's a little bit easier to get everybody sort of locked in on a style because the shapes are a little more distinctive. Like I notice a lot more variation in how characters are drawn in older anime. Uh, which makes sense. Like they're still trying to be on model, but it's like when drawing on paper, it's a little bit harder. Oop. Oop. And then what we're going to do is add some heavy black cast shadows to really, really solidify some of these deeper shadows. Especially when everything's cast in shadow, you want to make sure you can add a little bit of depth there. He's coming out cool, though. It's coming out cooler than I thought it was going to turn out, actually. Yeah, exactly. Toriyama had some round characters, or Otomo has a lot of roundness in his characters. And I think there's just less of a tendency to incorporate round shapes. Yeah, I guess when it's standing at full height, they'll be around the height of its leg, but it's kind of never going to be at full height, at least not in the trailer. Ah, come back. There we go. Thank you. Okay, here's what we're going to do now. Add some extra lines and stuff. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I'm going to add a little bit more hatching in there. And then we're going to add the black cast shadows. Thank you for the compliments on the fur accents. I like them too. I agree with you. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to play around and just see like what feels right. Like, would it feel good if we just had all this shrouded in like heavy black cast shadow? This character in particular is going to be in like a very dreary nighttime type space, so it makes sense that he would be like really, really shrouded in shadow. Let's just see. Nah, I think I'd have to make the entirety in shadow if I was gonna do that. Ninja Scroll, yeah, Ninja Scroll's got great character designs. No, I haven't seen that movie. I imagine you'll tell me I should watch it. I'm glad as someone mentioned the other day, glad the character design matches the music choice for once. I don't know what Steel Ball Run is. It's something I should be excited about. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta figure out how I want to do these shadows. You want to do an illustration but don't know what to do for it? Oh, you're not talking to me. You ain't talking to me, you're talking to somebody else. You're not talking to me. That's okay. I just got confused for a moment. Okay, I'm pretty stoked on that. I might fuck around with it a little bit more. Let me move things around here. Get my lines back. Let's bring back the horizontal version for the profile view. Oh, that's great. Things fucked up. Demon's head is bigger than it appears. There we go. Alright, let's look up a little bit of leg anatomy for a second. Because I'm slightly blanking on some of the leg muscles. And fuck you, Bing. Nobody wants Bing.com because it doesn't give you the right shit. Who wants Bing.com? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Google. Saying I'm pretty late to figure out that Bing sucks. So see how I came in? Now I'm using reference for like a very specific situation. Like I had this guy pretty much designed, but I was like, oh, I want to work on the muscular anatomy here a little bit. All right, so that's kind of how I'd suggest going about it. And now I have to fix this leg shadow. Correct that. Get this shit out of here for now. Big fan of my work. Thank you. Appreciate that. A few of the video courses really earned a lot. Fuck yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Now you're here in the metal zone. What do we got on here? Shadow of Intent. I don't really listen to them. It's fitting the vibe for now, though. Will I be at New York Comic Con? When is it? At the moment, I've made no plans to go. But that doesn't mean I don't have to go. I will be at Lightbox. But not certain about Comic-Con. Even though that's closer to me. I just hate conventions, you know? Like even Lightbox, I'm not really going to do convention shit. I'm gonna go, then I'm gonna rock climb with art friends, sketch, go to the beach, throwing a house party, you know, all the important stuff. The important stuff. You drew these in an animation app, James? I drew these in Clip Studio. Don't do this to me. We're on a new channel now. We don't need to talk about the programs. Don't do it to me. We're doing so good over here in the new channel. I do hate talking about programs. It'll make me stop streaming. Why is it not filling in? Oh, maybe it is filling in. I think asking about the program is worse for me, just in terms of questions I've gotten a bajillion times. The courses, it's like, okay, you missed it. The programs, I think the reason why it frustrates me is that it's very much not important. It's like not an important question to the concept of drawing. It's like, you can draw this in whatever program you want. Just draw in the program you find comfortable. Doesn't make a difference. Like, if I told you it was a different program, you shouldn't just go ahead and change the program you use because I like a particular one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this guy's like throwing up over here. But Hossein, you know, I don't need to be a petty bitch. You can ask about the program. It's not a big deal. You new to my streams? No, I'm being annoying. Don't worry about it. It's just I'm like 10 years in almost to doing live streams, so it's just certain things I hear all the time. We're doing nice day James streams. I'm not going to be mean to anybody anymore. I'm nice now. Mean James can be a donation goal? Yeah, there we go. By the way, it is fucking crazy how as soon as I stopped streaming on the other channel, the views went up on all my videos, which is really frustrating. I hate that. Might even say I resent that. Don't you think it's weird that they're American animes now, or you consider anime a global style? I think it's just like a style of drawing that, I mean, you can't make like a global product like anime and then expect people not to be inspired to make their own versions of it, you know? Like, think of how many successful anime there have been here in the States. And I don't think it should be region locked, you know? I think if you're doing it justice. And honestly, it's super globalized. Like I worked for, I worked for Studio Mir, and we're all over the place. I did a shot for Mappa, however the fuck you say it, and that's all over the place too. Why does the rest of the world get to have all the fun? Invincible, I would say, is like anime influenced American cartoons. I got an offer to work on fucking like Vox Machina, or they're making like a second Vox Machina, whatever the fuck it's called. And they're like, it's 90s anime style. And I was like, no, it's not. And I said, I ain't doing it. I was like, that's not 90s anime. Like, don't you fucking lie to me like that. You don't know shit. I know what 90s anime looks like. You don't. It's funny though, everybody tells me that. You should have grabbed the cash and leave. That's not how it works, unfortunately. I wish it did. Everybody tells me, they're like, oh, I want 90s anime. And then I show them, I'm like, this is what it looks like. And they're like, no, but could you make it more like Vox Machina or whatever? I'm like, that's not 90s anime. It's annoying. That's not 90s anime. Don't lie to me. This is a recurring problem in my life. Whoa. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Have I done any work on backgrounds? Nope. Aside from, I did a little bit on my own commercial that I directed, but very, very minimal. I might try my hand for this project, especially because there's so much. It's going to be like historical Japan, so there's a lot of reference to pull from, and I don't have to get like crazy with the designs, because I really struggle when it comes to designing backgrounds. Maybe I'll have like a vestigial tail or something. Backgrounds seem hard. Yeah, they are. I mean, everybody like specializes. You know, environment artists specialize. I think at the point where you're sort of choosing between characters and backgrounds, you should have a sense of what you like sketching. Do you plan on collaborating with other artists for backgrounds, or is it all going to be you? No, I'm definitely going to have other artists do the backgrounds. I'm not going to be doing it. I'll do background layouts, but I'm not going to do background painting. Yeah, he's fucking crazy, this guy. This guy's crazy. Oh yeah, he's supposed to have long hair. Okay. That looks about right. The moment I'm going to have to end this stream and make myself some food and then actually do my job. I took on 2 jobs right now. And I'm doing none of them. I'm doing drawings that I want to be doing. I can't wait to have a shot. There's a shot I have in mind. They're in this like extremely dark spot. There's like shrouded in darkness, and there's just like one glowing light, and you're looking at this kid's back, and he's just getting introduced to this demon creature. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Basically, like the wait, why did I stop making videos in the subway? Because I don't know, wanted to work in the fucking movie industry and not the YouTube industry. You ever think about that? You ever think about that? You ever think some of us got better shit to do than make a fool of ourselves in public? And that's not true, actually. I should go make a fool of myself in public. It's just hard to balance both. Do you have character archetypes in mind when you're designing these? Sort of. Kind of just like I don't know, I usually just try to like improvise a little bit, but sort of. I like the idea of the story centering around like a 13-year-old boy. I feel like that age, at least for me, was like really tough, and I feel like there's a lot of like emotional stuff to tap into there. That's kind of cool. You know, I feel like that's a very transformative period in life, and I think it's one that I kind of like to represent. So, with this one, basically the idea is similar to Bloodborne. Like, okay, if you ever played Bloodborne, which some of you have, as you gain more insight into the world, you can see these like monsters and like these Lovecraftian monsters that are just around floating. Similar thing here, except the way that you're exposed to these like demonic forces is committing atrocious acts. So, in the opening to the trailer, the kid drowns this other kid that's his age, and he's like wrecked with grief, and he's crying, and then this demonic hand gets placed on his shoulder. And when we get the camera flipping around, then it's like the space they were in is now like shrouded in clouds, dust, murky shit, and he sees this fucking beast behind him. So that's kind of the start to the trailer, and it's gonna be really fucking intense. Like, there's not gonna be any music in the start, and it's just gonna be the sounds of this kid struggling. Really excited. It's super metal. It's real metal. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for it. Feels like in line with the kind of, like, I like things that are horror. I like things that are obviously a little bit more gruesome. So it's kind of fun. And I know I said I was gonna go cook, but now I'm talking about the plot of this, and I'm excited. Yeah, let's do a little recap of everything we got. Beast all over the shop. Exactly. So good. The game's so good. I love that this just like started from just drawing random faces too. What a fun way for this to sort of evolve. It's really fun. The full cast, I'm liking the way they're coming out. They're really fun. The square guy I want to fuck with a little more. Or this guy all the way to the left. Yeah, he's got that stigmata hand. We're going to move him over here. That's cool. Yeah, Samurai Champloo does have great design. Macabre? Yeah, that is a good word for this. Yeah, so he's got this like, oh yeah, he's basically cursed. I would make a manga of it. He's basically cursed, and the curse is spreading through his body, and I was just kind of figuring out how I was going to sketch that and what I was going to do. So that's what's there. Also, I think it would be really cool to have an opening scene of him like wrapping his arms as this like disease is spreading through him. If I wasn't careful, I'd say you were describing Chainsaw Man in different terms. Yeah, it's going to be a very different tone, though. And I fucking love Chainsaw Man. It's great. And it doesn't need to be, like, mega original or anything like that. Just more of proving to myself that I could, like, make a production. I love these three characters, though. These guys, I really fuck with them. I'll draw that fat demon next. Oh. Yeah, cool. I think that guy's pectorals have to fix. I'm going to fix those real fast because they're bothering me. They're too far apart. Gross. Cool. What else we got? Oh, I'll fix this guy or finish this guy too. Pig girl, we love her. Yeah, lot of work done here. Fuck yeah, team. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Tell your family, tell your friends to come subscribe to the new channel. because they should do that. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.